You know, in life, there are these people who, when they get in a room, there is this negative aura, dark entities, and negative energies just follow them everywhere.
The shop and made off with a significant haul of $6,300 in cash and jewelry. He thought he had outsmarted the remaining cameras. In an attempt to cover his tracks, Rowe even left a business card on the screen door, creating the illusion that he had just arrived at the lock store and decided to leave his contact information. Unbeknownst to him, Mrs. McKellar reviewed the CCTV footage and uncovered the evidence when she returned. While reviewing the video, Mrs. McKellar noticed the side door opening just minutes before Rowe placed his business card at the front door. She also observed a suspicious movement.
See, y'all, I want you to help me understand this, how a 54 kg lady can shit or take a dump inside something like this. I still don't get it. How did she stand on this thing? This is much heavier, much expensive. This is whatever we had was shitty. Like our tank was shitty. It was something that even I could just pull it, yank it out. So y'all tell me if I'm overrated. 54 kgs making a dump in here. There was no traces of tissue, no traces of paper, nothing. Nothing. If you can hear an echo, I'm in the toilet. I'm just trying to make you guys understand what till date I still can't understand. If that's not if that's not doing witchcraft, then what is it? Like, what is it? I still can't get it. But anyways, we move. Oh, hi again. It's my face, this chubby face over here, being Queen B, and on today I have a juicy story. So I started a series where I am telling you guys stories, but I have not also left the genres or the niche that I was. So if you are interested in story time and you are interested in personal hygiene and also interested in cleaning motivation, this is the home for you. Make sure you subscribe, like, and comment. Anyway, let's get it. Before I forget, I recently started a TikTok, and that TikTok is about story time. I am not someone who goes with trends. Trends doesn't serve me well. Like, trends do not serve me well. So I stopped going with trends, and now I just go with what I feel comfortable doing, and that is just sitting down and telling stories. And today's story is, girl, I hope I'm not going to shout because it's at night, and you know when it's night, everyone is there peeping Tom, wanting to know what's going on the other side. But you know what? Just buckle up, get yourself a popcorn and a coffee because this is going to be juicy. I am hoping so very much that I'm going to make this story interesting as possible. I came to realize that when you talk a little bit fast, people catch up and they know what's going on and they enjoy that. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to go slow. I'm not going to go too fast. I'm just going to go in the middle. Let's get into this video. I've blubbered a lot. With that being said, my lips are crusty as... So let's get into this. So it is in the late 2020. The COVID rules were down, and I remember before that we had an online class, and my mom is not someone who trusted online anything. Even shopping online, to her I have to do the order, and I do the order. She trusts that it's going to come, but she does not trust me with her money. You know, I've never stolen from her, but she just doesn't trust me with her money. So anyways, it is late 2020, and I tell my friend, like, you know what, I think I'm coming back. So what you have to do for me is to, that bed that I used to, please kindly make sure that it is there for me. And she says, cool, no problem, I'm going back tomorrow. I'm like, well, good, I'll be there in 2 days. She says, good. So she goes and she finds that my bed is already taken, and she doesn't tell me. For me, I'm going knowing that my bed is there. Anyway, I go and I find my bed is taken, And I asked her like, hey, yo, you should have told me that my bed is saying. She's like, I did not know how to tell you. And I understand, because the bed that I found, it was like a bed that it's dancing, it's shaky, and also everyone had chosen the best beds and the best mattresses. My lazy ass and my late ass had to deal with whatever it was there. But the advantage I had, there was only one socket for charging, and that socket was where they left the bed. So I had the advantage. If I say today you're not charging your phone, girl, you're going to charge your phone at school. So I had the upper hand in everything. But listen, I did not act petty. I am petty, but I did not act petty. My ego is higher than my pettiness. I'm a Leo, come on. So when I come, I find a new face in the room and I'm like, hi. And she's like, hi. And I got about my business because, come on, I do not know you. Saying hi is enough. We'll catch up later because I can go hungry wanting to know you. So I decided, like, you know what? Let me go and do some shopping. And guess where I ended up? I ended up at Miniso. I ended up at Miniso buying fluffy slippers, fluffy, everything fluffy that was there, plus a headphone. Yo, that's how crazy I am. Like, I love minis. So, like, I love minis. So, I go, and when I'm going, I forget that I had like a bonnet on my head. And this girl said me, like, hey, babe, she didn't know my name actually. She just called me, like, hey, you have a bonnet on your head, so you need to remove it. I didn't know because like I just came from sleep and I'm hungry and I need some shopping, so whatever is in my head I don't mind, so I remove it. I'm like, oh, thank you. So for 1 week I think we were just like hi, and that was that. The next week I started seeing changes in her, but sorry, in this week that we were here, everyone was talking bad about her. Like, everyone was talking bad about her. But since me and my friend were sharing like a gas, like the gasoline, is it the gasoline or the gas? The Kenyan people will understand. The gas, everyone, I was like, let me mind my business because I do not know. You could be in a room and people are talking about you and you do not know. So I'm like, let me mind my business because I'm sharing a gas with someone. And the gas, people are talking about people who don't care about other people's feelings, about their pockets, and the other people, how they, even if someone is not going to get, like, it was just, the pettiness of us ladies, like, this affects me, but then, I don't want to confront her, you get. So I mind my own business because I don't have my own gas. I don't have my own plates. I don't have my own, like, I have literally nothing because in my mind I'm like, this is the last semester I have, so I don't want to buy anything. So the only thing I bought was a blanket because listen, I didn't have a blanket and I can go cold. So anyways, I hear people are starting to talk about this girl and I'm like, who is this girl they're talking about? So I asked them, like, are you guys talking about me? Because at this time I start feeling guilty, like maybe they're talking about me. And they're like, and when they give me that look, I'm like, oh, hold up, I'm a mama business, this ain't my business. So I get. So for some while, I became very uncomfortable sharing these gas because of how I had them talking. So I was like eating outside, which was really hurting my pocket because when me and this my friend, we would just like, she'd bring half of the money and I bring half of the money and we go and buy food. So this was really hurting my pocket. But then I'm like, as long as my peace of mind, I'm cool. So time goes by, I think 3 weeks after I've come, and we had this project that we had to do, and this project was about the disabled kids. I have taken education in special needs, so it requires a lot. So there was this that we had to go. It was examined practically. Attachment is different, but this was examined practically. There were a lot of things that you had to write. So I dress up and realize, like, you know what, the blazer that I have on is not matching. Like, the blazer is not giving, like, it's not blazing. So what do? I go back. And when I go back, I had people talking, but when I come in, everyone is silent. I'm like, okay, so what's going on? But then since I'm led to where I'm going, I just like, you know what, let me change this blazer. I take a black blazer and put it on and I walk out. And when I'm going out, I hear something like, you know what, mind your business. This lady does not mind anyone's business. She minds her own business, so shut it. So I'm like, okay, I don't know what's going on. I do not want to know what's going on. Let me get. I don't question myself. I don't question anything. I just go because whatever argument is happening in there, that's none of my business, none of my concern. I'm not there. So at least my name won't be there. I go and I come back at around, I think, 1 or 2. And then there's this lady we called Hawasafi Records. This girl didn't love dust. I personally do not love dust, but hers was like an OCD. Like it was like she had an ailment or something. So we called Hawasafi Records. So Wasafi called me and tell me like, hey, Yobi, come sit here. There's something I want to tell you. And personally for me, I grew up in an environment where I don't hear like, oh, she said. So someone is coming to, oh, you know what, be someone said you're ugly. Oh, you know what, be someone said, no, I want to hear it from the horse's mouth. So whatever I'm being told, I will not believe until I hear it. Like that's how I'm doubting Thomas. Whatever I hear, because everyone has their own notion. When I come to you and tell you like, you know what, so-and-so was talking about you, you have to question like, oh yeah, so-and-so was talking about me. Good. What did you say? Response. Because a conversation is had by 2 or 3 or more people. So what did you say in the conversation? You can't come to me and say like, oh, I didn't say anything. Because listen, I love instigating things. I'm a human being. I have that part of me. So when I state someone I do not like, a conversation comes and it's bad and have bad experience with that person, I'm going to chip in my little cent. So you can come to me and tell me like, oh really, I knew I didn't say anything. I will not believe you because listen, I've been there. Okay. So she comes to me and tells me like, you know what, when you left, we're going to call her T. When you left, T was saying that you don't look beautiful. And first I'm like, okay. And then she was describing how your body is. So literally she's body shaming me, no problem. So what did you guys say? We told her to mind her business because you are not in anyone's business, so she should learn how to mind her own. I concurred with that because that I heard them saying, but the things that I didn't hear was what she was saying. So I'm going to take it like with a pinch of salt and I'm not going to react to it. And I let things slide because me and this girl, we don't have bad blood. There is nowhere that me and her had an altercation or exchange. So I'm just going to give her benefit of doubt and give her a chance. I'm not just going to like, all these guys are here talking bad about her. I'm not going to be in that group. I'm not going to be that person. So after that, I think these guys gathered courage and everyone started coming to me, telling me what this lady has been talking behind my back, how I don't have a sense of fashion, I'm ugly, I think dating a handsome guy is all that people need, how I'm stupid. Like she was just literally saying everything. But as I said before, for me, I need to hear it from the horse's mouth. I am not a person who believes in naysays. I want to hear it from the horse's mouth. So everything I'm being told, I'm like, you know what? Anyone could say anything. When this one conversation was happening, what did you say? So these guys don't tell me what they said. So that is not something I'm going to take serious. Don't expect me to take someone serious. And time goes by and she was saying that I do not have a sense of fashion. At the same time, she copies literally everything that I dress on, and she's not going to be the first lady who copies everything that I do, how I plait my hair, how I dress, the gadgets that I use. She's not going to be the first person, but it made me feel kind of insecure and I'm very uncomfortable. So to me, I'm like, okay, no problem. She said I don't have a sense of fashion. I had a certain suit, like a suit, and she said that she once commented to me like, I don't like that suit, and tell me why this lady will go and buy the exact same thing. She didn't like it. And then I love Ankaras, me and Ankaras, Jesus Christ, me and Ankaras. And then she tells me like, you know what, I don't like that shirt. I have a suggestion. I think I'm going to edit these things and put them there so you guys can see it. She tells me that, oh, you don't look good in that and that short because blah blah blah. And I'm like, okay, for me I feel comfortable in it, so your opinion is your opinion. Tell me why this lady will go and buy the ready-mades, the short ready-mades of Ankaras that were coming, the stretchy ones. And I'm like, girl, you said I don't look good in the short. How come you went and bought it? Mine is tailor-made. It suits me. But come on, make it make sense. But then I'm like, okay, at least I'm inspiring another one. She's not going to be the first person, but she was doing it like it was so uncomfortable. So it reached a point where when I wake up, she pretends to be asleep because everyone wakes up at 6. I had the late classes were at least at times I had classes at 10, at times I had classes at 1. So me waking up is around 8 for me to prepare my breakfast, prepare myself. So at 10, I'm ready and going for classes. So it reached at a point where this lady will stand, like not stand, but wake up and wait for me to get off my bed and just stand and stare at me. Like when I go that way, the eyes go that way. When I go that way, the eyes go that way. When I go that way, let me tell you, I was always uncomfortable when we were two. When we were left two people in that room, I was uncomfortable. And as time went by, the first weeks that I came, she was barely in the room. And that's why there was these chances where now people were talking about her. She was barely in the room. But after the second week, going onwards, she never, ever left the room. So in my mind, I'm like, don't you have classes to go to? But then I'm like, oh, people are studying online. Come on, mind your business. Just mind your business. In life, there are these people who, when they get in a room, there is this negative aura, dark entities, and negative energies just follow them everywhere. This girl, when she wasn't there, we didn't have problems whatsoever, be it with the utilities in the house, be it with the furnitures in the house, and nothing was missing. None of us was missing. Then I come and do my shopping, and after the second week, my sugar is decreasing fast. My cooking oil is decreasing fast. I used to take like coffee. My coffee is decreasing fast. Like my unga, my flour is decreasing very fast. And I used to complain, but no one want to say like, oh, it's me, I used it. So I'm like, okay, no problem. It is food, by the way, so I'm not going to make much noise because I understand we're comrades and hunger. Now let's leave alone my stuff disappearing, my food stuff's disappearing. Let's now talk about the utilities in the house. At one point, she's the last person to use the sink get blocked. She's the person to use she's the last person to use the tap for the sink. That tap all of a sudden is not working. She's the last person to use the shower. The knob in the shower is turning, like you go like this and it just turns by itself. How crazy is that? Like, how crazy is that? Then she's the last person to use the toilet seat. Like the toilet, we had a toilet that had a knob. That knob, out of the blue, that knob is no longer working. Like that knob is just not working. She's the last person who will use the toilet seat. And in the toilet, there's just that pipe that drains the water, like the drains the waste, send the waste to the drainage. Out of the blue, she's the last person to go in there. Tell me why that drainage is off the wall. And we never had like, you'll just be there and then out of the blue, there's blackout in the house. The electricity is not working. And then we think like, oh, maybe it's the bulb that has a fault. We buy another bulb, something happens. Like I think when she was there, we bought a lot of bulbs. And it reached at a point where we had to shift. Some of us, because we had exams coming up, we had to shift to another room so that we can study, because I can't study during the day. I have classes. That being said and done, one day I wake up. I was the last to go to sleep and also the last to wake up. I had a cat and that cat was supposed to be at 8. So I wake up at 7:30 and I'm like, yo, I'm late. Y'all, can you all give me a space so that I can take a shower? And they're like, we also have classes. I'm like, fantastic. So what do? I go to the sink and I find the sink is not working. I forgot that every utility in this house is no longer working. I go and take someone's water, like, listen, let me just scoop this a cup. Let me go wash my face, brush my teeth. And she says, okay, no problem. So I do that and go up and go wash my face and brush my teeth, come back and change. I did not take a shower. Come and change and go to class. So I'm in class, just 30 minutes after me being in class, I get a text like, hey, I look at it. At this time, the lecturer had not come. In fact, that day we didn't do that cut. And I get a text like, yo, B, can you imagine someone has defecated on the toilet bowl, on the toilet tank? I'm like, hold on. In my mind, I'm like, someone has defecated on the water tank, like the black roto water tank. That's why my mind has gone like, who the hell does that? Like, this is what that is serving everyone. I didn't read the toilet tank that well, so I thought it was the water tank. I'm like, that's evil. Who does that? And this girl tells me like, oh, T said it is you. I'm like, what do you mean? So, I start feeling guilty because it's the water tank. My mind is still on the water tank. I'm like, oh yeah. So everyone is going to say I'm the one who defecated because I went upstairs and I went to the rooftop and I was alone and the water tank is at the rooftop. So what am I going to do? What am I going to say? I'm going to go there and people are going to judge me. But it was in the morning. I can't do that. So, when in the public opinion courts, no one cares whether people were there or the people that are not there. If they want to use you as a scapegoat, they will use you as a scapegoat. So she tells me like, I am not going to wash that tank. I'm like, that's ridiculous. How can you be washing a tank? And she says, because we can't take a bath. We can't even go short or long haul in the tank, in the bathroom. Like, what are you talking about? Is it a smelly? And she tells me, read this message again. I reread the message. Now I get the info and now I'm pissed. I'm pissed. Like, baby, I'm pissed. And now I'm being impatient with this lecturer because now I'm in a fighting mode. I'm in a fighting mode. I want to fight, baby. I want to fight. Because who the hell is this girl? Like, I don't talk to you. You do not know me. I don't know you. How is it easy for you to just talk rubbish about me? It don't make sense. Not that. I had no idea what I was going to meet. So I come, and so the lecturers send a message in the group that, oh, forgive me guys, there is no cut. And I was like, oh, there is no cut. I'm not letting these people get out of this door before me. I'm going. So I sprint out and I'm like, hurrying, I'm running because I want to know how me defecated on a toilet tank. I want this girl to explain it to me. But if I say I did not have any idea of what I'm going to meet in the house, believe you me, I did not know. No, I come and we were on the last floor. The last floor is stinking. The last floor is stinking. So I go with the caution of like, yo, you can tell me our room is the reason why the whole floor is stinking. What is that? What does this person eat? So I got in and it is during the sunny season. Oh my God. I get in and the house is stinking. So I go upstairs and I ask them like, what the fuck? Y'all can't even flash it? And they tell me it is not in the bowl. It is in the toilet tank, the flashing tank. And I'm like, that doesn't make sense. That do not make sense. What do you mean? And it's like, go open it up and see. I'm like, okay, let me go open it. I was not expecting what I saw. Now, in the toilet tank, there were like 3 poop. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? And I come back out, I'm like, who did that? And everyone is looking at me. I'm like, y'all don't look at me. Don't look at me. Y'all know when I woke up, I didn't even set a foot in that, because she said that I was the first person to wake up. And everyone was like, no, she was the last person to wake up. And she's always the last person to wake up because she has late classes. Why would she wake up and take a shower and then go back to sleep? That does not make sense. So I asked them, now, what y'all planning to do? And they tell me, I am not touching anyone's defecations. I'm like, okay. So since I personally, I have asthma, and y'all know stuff like that can trigger asthma. So because I was the one, the others didn't seem like they're affected because these guys had somewhere to go if things didn't work out. I personally didn't have anywhere to go. I literally didn't have anywhere to go. I didn't have a boyfriend at this time for me to go. My boyfriend was like 1,000 miles away from me, and I didn't have parents for me to just go and say, like, you know what, today I just want to sleep here, I don't want to go back to school. I had no one close to me. So if no one decides to wash this, I'm the one who's going to sleep in this room alone. So I said, okay, let me gather my courage, get my detergents and bleach, and go wash this toilet. Holy Mary, that poop was stinky. So I ignore the smell. I ignore the disgusting sight of what I've just witnessed. I ignore everything. I say, like, you know what? Me just doing this for that short time, at least I am saving my health, because I can't sleep in a house that smells like this. So let me take it upon myself, because all these grown-ass women have been sitting out here for the past 2-3 hours, and no one is even taking, like, oh, let me go and try to clean it up. No one, even the owner of the defecation. Anyways, I finished that, and I decide, like, okay, since my detergents and everything is here, let me wash. I wash, and I wash this first batch of my clothes, and I go upstairs. I go to the rooftop to line them up, like, you know, to aerate them. I come back, and I find this bitch in the bathroom taking a shower, and I'm like, keep your cool, keep your cool. There's not the time to start a fight. Just keep your cool. Keep your cool. I keep my cool. And because she was disgusting to me, and she was like, she lacked self-consciousness, she lacked self-respect. She was showering with my clothes in there, so the dirt that was from her body was going into my clothes, my clean clothes that I was just rinsing and then going to aerate them. That thing pissed me off, and I told her, like, listen, baby, do me a favor, just get my clothes out. And she did. Actually, she did get them out with a smirk on her face. And I'm like, it's okay, cool, relax, it's not the time. So after she's done with her whatever that she was doing, she decides, like, I'm going to prepare lunch. You know, the house is clean, it's aerated, someone has taken for my defecation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to prepare myself some lunch. So she was preparing rice, and you all know rice can make a mess when you just decide to, like, you know, pour it aimlessly. So I decide, like, you know what, that day was also my day for washing the room. And I said, like, you know what, I want to be petty as hell, because This is the height of it. Like, this is the most disrespect I've ever gotten in my life. People have disrespected me. People have accused me of heinous things, but witchcraft, see, like that shit, no. It's not in our lineage, like it's not in our blood. I can't do that. So I decided, like, let me mop. And my petty side comes, and I say, like, you know what, I'm not even going to touch the side of the bed. My friend was on the upper bank of the bed, like it's a double decker. So my friend was on the upper bank and she was on the lower bank. So she's the one who is mostly using this side, whether she want to sit, she want to do what, she'll be using that. So I said, like, you know what, just side, I'm not going to. And I tell my friend, like, listen, don't come for me. I'm not going to mop your people's area. So I mop everywhere, and then I find that in the kitchen area, this girl has poured rice everywhere. And I get pissed. But then I say, it's okay, no problem. My petty side is still there. So it's a tiny gas, like then 6 kg gas. And I just take it and put it, her gas, yeah? I put it at the center of the kitchen area. And I take all the rice, like I mop it with dirty water and just go and surround her gas. And I'm like, good. And I mop the rest of the area, and every dirt that was in the house, I all slammed it on her. Remember, she was cooking something. Something was on the gas. But then my petty side didn't go like, okay, reduce the light, because, you know, I'm not that evil. My shower, she doesn't come in when I'm doing all this. So when I go and take my shower, she comes in and she doesn't talk. She takes the mop and remove all those that were around his haggers and put them at the door, because you get it, I'll get out, step on it fast, then go to the other areas. So, you know, I open the door and I noticed that there is this thing over here, and I'm like, now, you know what, I'm ready for a fight. Like, I'm ready for a fight today. I'm ready for a fight. Like, we are going to fight. If you're strong enough, baby, you'll beat me senseless and I'll give you the respect. But unlucky you if I have strength than you. So I go on the rooftop and I ask, because I knew who was cooking, and I asked, like, who in her right senses took the dirt and placed it at the doorway of the bathroom? Isn't that just witchcraft? And she, out of nowhere, just asked, like, who are you talking to? And I'm like, I didn't mention names, but since you started, let's continue. Baby, I'm talking to you. Yeah, I'm talking to you. So I'm going to give you like roughly 5 minutes. I'm going to arrange myself here for 5 minutes. That's the longest I can give you. Like, that's the maximum I can give you. When I go downstairs into the house, into that room, if you really want to know my true colors, let me find the dart there. And she's throwing fits. Like, you know, you can do anything. You can beat me. I'm like, I didn't say I want to beat anyone. I just said I'm giving you 5 minutes max. So that's that on the doorway of the bathroom, I want them disappeared. And she's like, you know, you won't do anything to me. You can't do me anything. And then she uses her tribe, like, you know, I will go and do witchcraft on you. I'm like, boo. Those who do witchcraft do not say they do witchcraft. They do it behind closed doors. So just go downstairs and do what I said. And your clock is ticking. When it's done, we are not going to be in the same roof. So I go back and sit, like, I didn't talk, like, you know, I just didn't instigate anything. So she goes downstairs and I give her exactly 3 minutes, because when we were talking, I had given her 5 minutes. 2 minutes she wasted on talking back at me. So I gave her 3 minutes and I go downstairs and I find the dart is nowhere in the room. And I'm like, good. So, you know, I'm petty, and when I want to be petty, y'all can't stop me. So the discussion for 5 hours was about who defecated over there. Like, who did that? But we all know who did it because everyone saw her, including myself, saw her coming at 3 in the morning, went to the bathroom, whatever she did in there, no one knows, came back and went to sleep. Everyone went to sleep and everyone saw her. The funny part is everyone saw her get in there, but she said that wasn't her. Do you have a twin? Like, do you have a doppelganger? Because baby, you're almost dying if you've seen your doppelganger. So I made noise until everyone else started getting pissed. I'm like, y'all don't get pissed. Please don't get pissed because this is just the beginning. It reaches a point that file that I was supposed to fill, remember I said that I had dressed to go, there's this thing that was being examined practically, so I had to do it practically. So the file, all the things, the compilations, they were being collected, and silly me, I was not done. So I'm there trying to Google, trying to find the meaning of some stuff and all that, and everyone is busy trying to catch up because we need to do our exam, and we only have 2 days to that exam, and teachers need these cards. So what are we going to do? You have to submit them before you do your exam. So I say, it's okay, let me do my assignment. So I get myself a chair and sit, and I start doing my assignments. And in this me doing my assignments, I start receiving phones like, when are you finishing exam? When are you coming home? And I pick these calls, and since everyone is so into their assignment, I don't want to sit here and be disturbing people all the time, like, hello. No. So the first time I received it in the house, the second time I decided to go out. Now guess what happened? I go out, and this lady T, decides, like, guess what? I'm going to get myself that seat and I'm going to sit on it. I come in, I find her seated on the seat, and I tell, like, hey, I'm using the seat. There's an assignment I need to do, so you'll have to wait. Now, these seats, I had, like, gone to other people so that they can lend me the seats. Our room in itself didn't have enough seats because we were like 6 ladies, and they were like having 2 seats or 3 if I'm not wrong. So this seat, everyone is now busy with these seats. So I had to go and ask for a seat. Now the seat that I had asked is the seat that this lady wanted to sit on. So she sat on it, and I told her, like, you know what, I've got an assignment that I'm doing. Kindly, I need you to stand up. She stands up. But she stands up with an attitude. I'm like, I don't even care. Like, your attitude right now, it don't mean nothing. You're up. That's all that matters. So I continue, and about 15 minutes, I receive a phone call from my mom. I go outside to receive it. So I come back in, and I find she's sitting on the seat. And I'm like, what? Okay. She's sitting, not that she had her assignment to do, no, she has stories to tell. So, she wants to be hard. Where can she be hard? Where I was sitting, no problem. I tell her, like, you know what, you're really pissing me off right now. I want you to get your tiny ass out of this seat. And she does that with another attitude. I don't mind. I sit there for, I think, roughly 40 minutes doing my assignment. Then I receive a call from my grandma. Now I go out to receive a call from my grandma. Now when I come back, I did not even spend 5 minutes outside. When I come back, I find this girl has taken that seat and is now seated somewhere else watching a movie. It was Step Up Dance, if I'm not wrong. And it was a series. And our people were so invested. It was Step Up Dance and Blacklist. So I got to her and like, you know what? I've just had it with you. Can I get that seat? And she thought like she had like a little comeback. And she told me that there's no name written on this chair. And I'm like, who, like, at this time, smoke is coming out of my ears, smoke is coming out of my nose, like I'm pissed. Like, this girl, you know what? When people see you smile, when people see other people smile, they take their kindness for weakness, They go like, she won't do anything. That is weak. She can't do anything, So I get pissed. My ears are smoking. My nose is smoking. If my face would have turned red, I swear it would have turned red. So I look at her and I'm like, Jesus Christ, this girl is really tempting me. Like, this girl is really, really tempting me. So what do? I carry her with the chair, like, and I didn't know where I got that strength. Like, this girl's 54 kgs. You get. So I carry her and drop her. Lucky for her, she realized that's what I'm going to do. She fled. Now I go back and I continue minding my business. And I'm hearing this girl ranting. And I'm like, I'm not going to mind you. I have a lot of things going. Let me do it. Now, if you want to fight me, I don't mind you body shaming me, because that is something that has been there for centuries. I have thick skin for that. I don't mind you coming for what I do. Like, let's say my cooking, my jokes, my stories. I don't mind you coming at them. But something that my family has invested in, kindly don't come for it. Don't come for any of my family members. Be it the person I'm dating, be it my brother, my mother, anyone, do not come. And lastly, don't come for my friends. Do not come for my friends. And they know I fight their battles. Don't come for this. Don't come for these things that I've told you. You can come for me personally. Abuse me, how ugly I am, how indecent. Just abuse me. I have thick skin for that. But what I do not have thick skin is you coming for my family. And then like, just coming for the people I love. And that's the mistake she did. She started by insulting me. Like, not even insulting me, like just body shaming me. Like, body shaming, like, girl. So she literally started body shaming me, you guess. And she started saying how I think I'm beautiful and I'm not. My ass has a certain shape. I think I have it all. And I'm like, girl, I just don't think I have it all. I know I have it all. What you talking about? No, she did a mistake of coming for my boyfriend first. And then I'm like, you just got out of the frying pan into the fire itself. And guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to roast you. And I'm just not going to roast you that people can eat it. You're going to turn black. Blackety black. So, I mind my own business. Like, I'm really good at minding my own business. So she starts, and then she goes for my boyfriend. Like, no, we are on a danger zone. We are on the red zone. If you don't see the alert right now, please do see it. So she continues that. And I'm like, I've heard rumors, but it has reached a point where I want to use these rumors against you. I don't believe in rumors, but where there is a rumor, there's always that tiny piece of the truth. But let's see how the truth will hurt you both. So I start telling her what I've heard about the rumors, and she starts coiling. I'm like, oh, so these guys weren't telling lies. So these guys were telling the truth. So, I just say, like, I've had enough. Me exchanging words like that has never happened. Why should it start now? So I was like, you know what, girl? This is what we're doing. It's not adding any value to me. So what we can do, we're gonna fight. And she's be like, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? Like, she's high. What do you want to do? I'm like, I want to beat you up. I want to beat your ass. And she's just repeating the same thing. Like, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? I want to beat you. And the funny part is, I was taught that you can't attack someone while she's sitting or sleeping. That is like you've jumped that person, and that is not fair. you can be arrested for that. That is a case. Like, she didn't come for you, you came for her. So I'm like, I can jump this lady because she's sleeping. Now she's throwing all those words that she's throwing, and she's in bed, she's sleeping. I'm like, girl, like, come on, you know. So I say, like, what? I'm not going to argue with you. I've said I want to beat your ass. I want you up. And she's like, I'm not coming up. I'm not standing up. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, if you're not standing up, then you better shut your mouth up. So she shuts it up. I'm like, fine, nothing. I've got a little peace. Now, it seems like, personally for me, she didn't see what she said affecting me because she was body shaming me. And I didn't react. But when I started saying how people are seeing her, how people are looking at her, she became obsessed. Like, she wanted validation from everyone. She's go like, oh, do I look like this? And everyone's like, oh, do I look like this? I'm like, girl, no one in this room likes you. We are tolerating you. And if you are not aware, they were glad that someone finally told you something to your face. So we started going home. I think she was the first person to leave, to go home. But when now I was asking, like, why do you hate me? And she's like, you just walked into that door and I just didn't like you. I'm like, girl, but you've tried befriending me not once, not twice, not thrice. I just couldn't befriend you. Now you didn't like me. Like, come on now, come on. So we come back again, and it's another drama. Now the first day that I got there, it's like she was expecting me, but then, ta-da, I'm back like I never left before. And she changes, like, she literally changes. And I find like that bed is still there, no one has occupied it. At least I have a new mattress there, thank God. So I'm there and I'm talking to my boyfriend on the phone, and she starts like, you better sleep well where you are because you are distracting us. I'm like, what's she talking to? And my boyfriend on the other side is like, oh, who's that? And who's she talking to? I'm like, oh, she's talking to me. Hold on a little bit. And I ask her, like, boo, what's going on? You mad at someone? You mad at something? And she's like, you're sleeping bad on that bed and we can charge our phones. And I'm like, no. You didn't just come to me on that tone, because I came to you talking so smoothly, but you're here jumping a helter-skelter. But I'ma show you I can jump helter-skelter too. So she started like, when you were not here, we were at peace. Now you have come back. The peace is no longer there. Like, yo, I'm threatening your existence, right? You don't like me existing. You don't like me breathing. If you had a chance, I'd be dead right now, right? But then I look around and I told her, like, what? None of you is charging a phone today. Just know that. And the people around me, when I said something, I meant it. So they're like, okay, no problem. Now, because she was the only one who was busy with it. The other people, their phones were fully charged. She was the one who now came, instead of just being there quiet or just telling me like, hey, listen, you are disturbing me. I'm trying to charge my phone. That would have been okay. I would have been like, okay, because I came back. And when I saw her, I'm like, let peace reign. But she didn't want peace to reign. Now I'm there sitting and I'm talking to my boyfriend, and she said like, I'm going to call the caretaker of this house. Do you know how long I've been in these premises? I've been here longer than you. I'm like, but you've changed rooms longer than me. You change rooms like you're changing your panties. Like, what's up? And he's like, I'm going to call the caretaker so that you can be kicked out of here. I can't allow this nonsense. And me and the caretaker, we were good. I haven't had any issues that the caretaker should have issues with me. So I'm there on my phone and I hear a knock. And I hear a male no, a male voice. I'm like, male are not allowed in this house at this time. And she says, oh, it's the caretaker. I'm like, oh, yeah, come in. And I tell my boy on the other side, like, you know what? I'm gonna call you back. And the caretaker comes like, oh, what's going on? I've heard that you are tough-headed. You don't want this girl to use it. And like, not that I don't want her to use it. I don't want her in this room. It's that simple. If she didn't get the memo, now she has it. And the caretaker is like, can't you guys just coexist? I'm like, I'm past coexisting. I am past coexisting. I just want her out of this room. And she's asked like, can you spend a night in this room so that way I can get your room tomorrow? And she's like, I can't stay in this room. This room has like bad voodoos, bad energy. I'm like, girl, damn it, girl. We know ourselves. Like, we're out here outing ourselves. But anyways, the caretaker asked me like, can you exchange rooms so that she can be in this room so I can look for you another room? And like, no. She found me in this room and she's going to leave me in this room. Okay? And the caretaker was like, okay, I can't argue with you. Let me go get her room. And I was like, are you leaving tonight? And she says, yes. And I also beckon like, she better do it right now. And then she goes downstairs, she gets her room, and she comes and she starts packing. And I'm like, yes. And before she left, I told her like, it is only this group that you are in that were willing to tolerate your nonsense. You are going to go out there and no one is going to tolerate you. And like literally no one is going to tolerate you. You should have just swallowed your pride, swallowed your envy, and we coexisted. Even if you didn't like me because you didn't like me at first, we coexisted until you started being stupid. We could have coexisted, but now, boom, get. Oh, she goes and people go and, try to comfort her and all that. I'm like, home sweet home. I'm finally back. The next day, she was given another room. That room that she was given, or someone had already paid for it, so she had to be given another room. And this other room, there was this other lady who said like, you know what, she's my friend. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to stay with her. I'm a ride or die. That relationship didn't last 2 weeks. It didn't last 2 weeks. That lady packed her things and came back to our room. So anyways, as I said before, there are those people whose energies are just negative. They just get into the room and everything scatter. When you had something going good, everything start going east. When you had something that you knew that now I got this, when this person walks into the room and walks into your life, everything goes. The doors close, the windows close, now your ears suffocated with negative energies. Those people do exist. They are there. They are energy suckers. You don't give them that energy, they will want to take it by force. And this girl, everyone was giving her the energy apart from me, and then I became an enemy. So, y'all better be careful. Like, this lady was evil. Like, how did she climb? How the hell did she climb a toilet tank and defecate in it? How did she do that? That still baffles me. I still don't have answers to that. I need to get answers. Like real fast. Because that's some next level witchcrafty. And I believe she was practicing one. And she practiced it on other people. But I'm the person who she couldn't. And she felt threatened. Y'all be careful with the people you bring into your life. And yeah, by the way, when she left, I was told later on that she kept jumping from one room to the other because no one liked her. She was there taking people's boyfriends, taking people's boyfriends' numbers and posting on status like, This is what your boyfriend is missing. Anyway, guys, I will see you on my next episode. And take care of yourselves. Be wary of your surroundings. And I'm going to see you later. If you have come to the end of this video, I thank you so very much. If there's anything that you need to add, like telling me how I'm supposed to approach these topics and how I'm supposed to do my endings, because you all know at this point I still don't know how to do ending to a story, right? Please comment it down below and tell me. I learn via you people, and I love you guys. Just make sure you subscribe. There's a box down there below written subscribe. If you have subscribed, it is written subscribed. If you have not, it is written subscribe. So make sure you subscribe if it is written that way, and like. And also, yeah, don't forget that notification bell is very important, so that every time that I upload, you get it. Until next time, bye. Beware of your surroundings. The world is dark.